This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Oh, yeah. So you probably want to get yours up a little bit closer.
Okay.
You can grab just...
All right. Yeah. And co-host Marnie Winfield.
I got nothing.
Well, let's talk recovery.
Is that, are we supposed to finish that sentence or something?
No. It is the 2nd of August, 2022. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marnie Winfield.
Welcome to 217 Recovery Podcast, and getting mad love right now from a kitty. Nico is in the studio with us. Nico loves hanging out in the studio with us when we are doing podcasts, so sometimes we let her. She's the good kitty.
She's the calm kitty.
Yeah, the best of the three when it comes to studio etiquette. So she's purring pretty loud right now too, but yeah, she's giving me mad love. She doesn't step on the board as much anymore, so that's kind of a cool thing. But yeah, this kitty's been through a lot. Oh, she's touching me. She's like, hey, come pet me, daddy. No, I got her in 2010, so she just turned 12, and she has been around from the beginning of the drinking days. And I put her through a lot, part of my making amends is to her as well, and she wants to see daddy do well and stop being drunk. And she used to hate it when I drank. And when I would be like detoxing pretty much, she would come in and like kind of lay next to me a little bit. But when she'd see me drinking, she would just like give me the stare of like, F you, daddy.
Disapproval.
Yeah, she didn't like it at all. I was never like too mean to her or anything like that, but she just could tell like, oh, daddy's going to be a different daddy now. Like he's going to turn to a different person. Mm-hmm. And when I was in rehab and then went to sober living, she like had to stay with my parents, and she was just in a little room by herself. It was very sad, but that's what had to happen. A lot of people, and I've seen this happen. I can't go to sober living because I got my dog, and where's your dog now? Well, staying with a friend of mine. Okay, well, your dog can stay there for 3 more months, right? Mm-hmm. No, I mean, my dog, I need to get my dog, and then they end up dying themselves. And it's like, okay, well, where are you at? You're with your dog right now. It sucked, and I felt so bad for Nico having to, live like that for a minute, but she's a kitty cat, and she survived, and it's okay. She is glad that she's with her daddy now. And, pets can be a huge, I don't want to say excuse, but it is kind of sometimes an excuse of why somebody will tell you they can't get help or can't do the stuff that they need to do for themselves. So, cautionary tale of pets.
She's glad you did what you did.
Yeah. And I was doing it for her. Sometimes we have to sacrifice those months, those 9 months or whatever it was, and to enjoy the rest of her life with me, being sober.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, she's a kitty cat. And yeah, she wanted more attention and more lovin's like she does right now, but she gets it now for the most part. And she likes to sleepies a lot. She sleepies a lot. But anyway, it's enough kitty talk for today. We'll do more kitty talk in the future.
Adorable.
But
she really wants lovin's right now.
Oh yeah, she's getting it too. She sleeps all day and then she wants lovin's later, like right now.
Yeah.
But we went to Mackinac Island.
We did.
We were gonna do an AA meeting on the island, but then that turned out to not happen.
They didn't have. Yeah, we didn't. I don't think it was really doable. At least with that amount of time, because we kind of were just like in and out too.
Yeah.
So.
But it would be interesting to like open up a treatment center there.
They had like a AA conference. I don't know, retreat, some kind in October. I was looking on the internet and I was trying to see if they had meetings, and they had something up there in October. It would have been fun to go to.
Yeah, our hotel, the one we stayed at, we ended up having to switch rooms because we got it was very last minute, and like I said, we didn't stay there very long either. But it's the first time I ever stayed on the island, and the first night we got a room. It was the same hotel, but then they had to switch rooms, and it was across the street. And this other same hotel who owned, but just different building or whatever.
Yeah.
So we went over there, and I noticed in the ad on, I guess not ad, but their
Like room description.
thank you. I'm so tired. The room description is said that you get a free bottle of wine, and you didn't believe me.
I didn't read that part.
You're like, what? Nuh-uh.
You're like, watch what I'm gonna do. I was like, oh Lord.
Yeah, because I wanted some fudge. I thought instead of a bottle of wine, which I mean, we can give it to my little brother or sister-in-law, but you know, I don't think they're really there to drink wine and make sweet love on Mackinac Island with their 2 children in the room with them. You know, I don't think that was that kind of vacation for them. So what were they going to do with it? You know, drink it to drink it? Like, okay, you know, here we are in recovery, and we're like, hey, here's a bottle of wine. See you in the morning.
Right.
We're all hungover. No, they didn't really want to do that. So I thought, man, we should ask for fudge instead. And they did. They gave us a box of fudge instead. So, so yeah, don't think, well, they're giving us the wine, and I can't tell them not to. Of course, you could tell them not to. But yeah, but we could take that home and we could give it to somebody for Christmas. Yeah, could, but could also ask for a box of fudge. Take that temptation and that risk factor, take that right out of there.
Yeah, and there might have been some people that would have been bothersome to have in their room.
Yeah.
And you know, they weren't trying to be mean about it or tricky. That was just something that lots of hotels and like Airbnbs will do that as well.
So just be aware.
Like, we'll take mints on the pillow, bring us some fudge, keep the wine.
Yeah, keep that. It's good. Good on that.
Get on that.
Tell them we don't drink anymore. And then, like on the island, though, my take of Mackinac Island is there are 2 types of people on the island that work there. They're the kind that the Bicycle Inn is where we stayed. I recommend it if you're going to ever go to Mackinac
Definitely
Island.
recommend it.
We're not a big fan of, oh, look at the ugly wallpaper. It's so ugly. It's cute. We're not a fan of that. We're like modern, new. I'm a fan of that. And Bicycle Inn is like that. It's like the newest hotel on the island. So if you're more upscale, choose that. Staff, everybody that we met that worked there, wonderful.
Awesome.
It was a good time. But then there's the other side of the coin. There are the people that are absolutely rude. Like, they don't care. They're going to be open tomorrow, whether you're coming there or not. There'll be more people that'll come through, and they don't care. And they treat you as well. You know, like, they just really don't care. I don't know if it's just they just lose track of customer service. If
I think some of them are burned out.
maybe.
You know, it's like they're constantly dealing with tourists doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
And they're just like tired of being nice or something.
Something. Get a different job then.
Yeah, for sure. But then there's some that totally like embrace their job and love it.
Oh, yeah.
Like the people that rented our bikes to us. It's like you thought that we were the first people that ever rented bikes there. He was explaining it to us all perky and like excited about it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And we rented bikes from the bike shop. It was the same hotel or the same people that own the hotel.
Yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, we went to a restaurant and I don't remember the name of it. Do you?
Mustang Lounge.
Yes, the Mustang Lounge. Worst, horrible customer service. You know, that was I think the first time we'd actually kind of experienced that on the island. And then I started taking notes. But yeah, it was really bad. We went in and it was empty. It was dead. Might have been like one person at the bar. And the whole room was empty of tables, you know, and it was me, you, my mom, and stepdad, and we're like, hey, let's get this table over here. And the waitress is like, nope, you can't sit there. That's table 6. And it was like kind of in a corner kind of table. Like, I don't even know how they would get 6 people at that table. But she's like, nope, there's 4 of you. You have to sit at a table for 4. And then she like pointed at some little table that like if I had a plate in front of me and the person sitting across from me had a plate. Like we would have to like maneuver to not have our plates touch because it was like that small of a table. And I was like, the table's a little small. And she's like, what? Gave me kind of stupid look. And there was another table that was just sitting there that nobody had wiped down or nothing, Well, I guess we can, wipe that one off. And right behind that is the bar. And anybody trying to get in or out would have to hit the guy that's sitting at the bar, and it's like, I don't really want to do that either. Then I don't know if it was you or my mom or who that was just like, let's just go somewhere else.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, I'm not going to deal with this attitude. And if we're not comfortable, we're not staying here.
Yeah. And so then I left them a review, and
That's not a surprise.
well, I'm moving up the Google ladder on a reviewership stuff. And I just said, we went in there and it wasn't a pleasant experience and the waitress was pretty rude and there's nobody else in there, like that's the thing. Like it wasn't packed. It was kind of winding down the end of the evening when people leave the island. So like nobody else was coming in there to get the table of 6 and I don't know. So I left that review and then they write back this really snotty review back or response to it saying, well, you were 4 and you have to sit at a table of 4. And if we let people sit wherever they want, then we'd have 1-year-olds sitting at the bar and blah, blah, blah. Just real sarcastic and over the top. And we keep those open for parties of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, and then they said something about, and if you don't like it, then don't come in. And I'm like, clearly we didn't, and I was going to respond to the review. And I was like, no. And then I read another lady who pretty much said the same thing like 2 weeks before we got there. So like 2 weeks ago, she wrote the same kind of review and they responded all nasty back to her too. And then so she edited her review and commented back to him. So I'm like, okay, I can do that too. And so I did, and it's just like, we did leave. And if you read the review, you said we jokingly said at the other restaurant, which you found, Ice House Barbecue, it was great. I recommend that place for sure, hands down. And so we jokingly laughed there saying, man, we're kind of glad that waitress was so rude. Otherwise, we never would have found this place. And it was great. It was outside seating.
It was beautiful out.
Oh, it was everything we were looking for. Great food. Oh, it was good. The waitresses, they were nice. I mean, it was really nice. And we jokingly said, glad that she was so rude. Otherwise, we wouldn't have found this place. And so I kind of wrote that. Yeah, if you would have actually read my review, we were glad that she was rude and we did leave. And I put in there that since I found acceptance or something, I've learned that life is a lot easier or more beautiful or something like that. It kind of had something to do with recovery, but it was us accepting that it is what it is. I'm glad I didn't eat there, and I'm just trying to warn other people. Like they can treat people however they want. I'm not saying don't be nice to people. I'm not saying don't be mean to people. I'm just saying we were glad we didn't eat there.
And if we would have sat there and dealt with it, we would have been miserable.
Yeah.
And then we would have been snappy with each other. And we wouldn't have been able to experience where we did go.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
But by accepting the fact that we didn't want to be treated that way and accepting the fact that we were treated that way, we chose to leave. And that was a good thing. Sometimes you can sit there and dwell. I mean, we weren't dwelling on, oh, that bitch. She was, but we weren't sitting there saying that. And when we did, we were glad that she was a bitch so that we could find the place where we needed to be. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when you run into those situations and you think, oh man, that sucks. Well, hold on. If you're going to let that bring you down all night, okay. But you can go out and find better options, whether it be a restaurant or bowling or anything in life, really. Just because something doesn't work out how you think it is or is going to go the first time, don't think that has to ruin your whole evening or your whole week or your whole month. Mm-hmm. Where that means God didn't want you to do that.
Yeah, and if you have the potential to change the situation that you're in to make it better for yourself and your family or whatever the situation is, then do it.
Yeah, my younger brother and his wife, they came to the island. They're still up in Traverse City right now, and they brought their kids, and we want kids. And man, I guess we missed like meltdowns. I saw one little meltdown because she's what, 3 or 2? Eva's 2. I think
She's
Willow's 4. Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah.
Eva's not 4.
No, not Eva.
Oh, Willow.
Willow's 4.
5.
She's 4.
Okay, close enough. Yeah, she's 4 then.
And Eva just turned 2.
Okay. So, yeah, kids kind of act up sometimes, I guess. And we were out doing other stuff, and I guess they had acted up real bad, but I still want kids.
That didn't deter you?
Yeah, but so we were eating the second night. We went back to the Ice House barbecue place because why not? It was great the first night. Why would it be any different? And yeah, the girls started kind of screaming and having a little fight, I guess, with themselves. I don't know. They were just screaming. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, I looked at you and I was like, we want those, huh? Okay. But no, it was a nice, good, sober vacation. And we rode our bikes around the island. And it was pretty cool, though. But it kind of gets old after a minute, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how people could spend a week on the island.
No, I could not do that.
Like that, my butt hurts. It's not even my butt because I don't have one. It's like my legs hurt.
I mean, I think it was great exercise to do that. And, the biking's fun, but it's after you've ridden around the island once, you're kind of like, check that box.
Yeah. My legs weren't sore from like that kind of, like it was like the back of my legs because there was from the seat.
Oh.
Yeah. Stuff went numb that shouldn't go numb. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is going on?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But yeah, that was weird. And that's why I mean, like, my legs hurt because I don't have a butt. So it wasn't my butt. It was like the back of my legs. And I was like, oh my God, like this seat is doing things to me that I think most people could get arrested for if they did it to me, But nice summer vacation with the family is fun and, something that I haven't done in quite a long time, really.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So now we have to entertain another family this week. And that's cool. I know you said, oh, my dad, they're going to Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
Ask us if we wanted to join them.
It was kind of an awkward thing because he's like, would you guys want to come along? Can you get away to come to the island? I'm like, yeah, we just got back from there. So we'll definitely meet up with you, but have fun.
Did you tell him you went with?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably like, damn.
Yeah. That's okay. They'll enjoy it.
Yeah. But I guess we're going to go to dinner with them or something tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, like I said, the family's here until like the end of the week, which is, it's Tuesday, but to me, it already feels like Thursday evening.
I know. I was just like, we just get bombarded with family.
Yeah.
Just like
just
nothing. And then like all sides of our family is around in like a very short period of time, seems like.
And our weeks fly by anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's already in my mind Thursday evening. And like there's the Fan is having their forum here in Grand Traverse County. And that's on Thursday. So we're going to that. And there's details on that. Just, follow our Facebook. I shared the link to it. It has speakers and stuff. It's good. You can ask questions. And if you're a person who has somebody, a loved one, or maybe you are in recovery, check it out. Come to it and ask some questions for people, and just be a part of a community function and be involved in something. If you're in recovery, like I said, get out there and be a part of that. But we have that coming up. And then Friday, it's like, I have a ride that I have to do to get somebody from treatment, take them to a safe location after treatment, which is always fun. Those rides are better. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I really enjoy taking people to treatment, give them that kind of hope and insight as they're going to treatment, But taking them from treatment sometimes is good too, because they're not
always give them the pep talk about this next chapter of their recovery journey.
Yeah, and I don't really give pep talk. I don't know. It just kind of turns into like just natural conversation about,
That's what I mean.
this is kind of my thing and what worked for me and what didn't work. And, if you drink, don't be surprised if you get kicked out. Don't be butthurt. Don't be mad. If you're going to be mad at yourself, and don't beat yourself up too bad, because it just means you're ready, and just go back and try it again. No big thing.
Yep.
I mean, it is a big thing, but it's not a big thing. Don't beat yourself up so much that you're like, oh, I'm just going to leave the whole city. I'm out of here, man. Can't do it. Because you won't be able to do it in that next city either. Sometimes getting away from your hometown does you good. Mm-hmm. But only if you want it,
If you want it to be your time, have it be your time.
Yeah, move forward with your life. Do something like that. That's what I had to do. Couldn't just keep going through the motions of being unhappy and being stuck is what I was. Oh, I'll just go back to school and I'll be a drug counselor or therapist or something. That's what I want to do. But I don't really want to do that, and I might still do radio, so I'll kind of keep a foot over there, and maybe I'll do that too. So I was just kind of stuck in a place that I was not happy. I didn't have a purpose whatsoever. It was just going through the motions, and I hated every single minute of it. So yeah, I'm not surprised I drank at all, because that's what I did in those situations. But when I got treatment last time, I said, I'm going to start a company. I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to help people. I'm going to do this, 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 this. And I started moving my life forward. And I had some goals, and I achieved them. And then I made new goals, and I started achieving those. And I started making other goals. And now I have dreams.
There you go.
I just have a bunch of dreams now. But it works for me, so I keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, that'll wrap up today's special episode of Vacation / Cat Talk.
Yeah.
And goals. But appreciate you listening. 217recovery.com for our website. I'm going to put Casey's podcast up there eventually as well, Recovery Closet. I know we published it on Spreaker, so if you listen on Spreaker, or if you want to check out a new podcast, Casey's pretty early in recovery. So if you're early in recovery, maybe check that out, and maybe you're going through some of the things that he's going through and you can relate. You can always bounce back to our 2019 episodes, or even earlier or later than that. In 2020, listen to some of Marnie's early episodes.
All right.
But get the app as well. It's free. I guess when you search it in the Apple Store, you got to search 217 Recovery Podcast. Because that's what pulls it up. So check it out and enjoy.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen on the 217 Recovery app. Download the app and rate us in your app store.